Okay, today is March 16, 2014. Let's take a look at the market. The market continued its pullback last week, and I guess on Friday, a lot of the market participants basically pulled to the sideline, just kind of wait for the Ukraine crisis or the vote this weekend to play out. I don't think the result of the vote is going to be any surprise. I guess the market is pretty much uncertain what might happen after the vote. So that's the uncertainty that is, the market is kind of contemplating right now. So until the result come in and some of the reaction, then I think the market will basically just take a deep breath and probably will resume its trend. And I believe the trend is still up until it tells us otherwise. Because let's take a look at the level that we want to keep an eye on to get an indication that it could be otherwise. So right now, essentially, we are still trying to see if the S&P 500 could hold that low on that Monday, the Monday after the weekend that Russia went into Ukraine. This 1834.44. So far, the S&P 500 is holding on, although it broke this, this level somewhere around the 1848 and 1850 level that a lot of people is watching. But we'll be keeping an eye on this level here, this 1834. So if that can't hold, then most likely we're going to see it come dip down here, maybe possibly about this 1810. Then everybody be talking about that 1800 level. So, but wouldn't be surprised that we might, just come down and maybe touch this 1834 and bounce right back. But anything is possible, because the market did come up pretty fast on this, this swing here on this move. So a little bit of a digestion on the profit is good. But for those that are looking for this 10 to 15% correction, I think they basically is still a little bit too early and looking for that type of correction. The market just is not willing to take that kind of a dip yet. And besides, I don't believe we will see that until after the market really top. Then I think most of these people that are looking for this 10 to 15% correction will get will get more than what they asked for. And if we look at the Dow Jones 30, you can see the Dow Jones 30 failed to hold this particular low here, this Monday low, and actually closed below it. Right now, we essentially see can it hold above this particular pivot here, somewhere around the 15,925. And if that can't hold, then we're probably looking at somewhere down here at this 15,733. Again, I think we probably will come down and dip below the, somewhere around these level here, maybe at the 16,000 level, and then probably bounce off of those level. But anyway, we basically will watch for this particular level here, and and then the level to get back above it is essentially this particular low. And then the Nasdaq 100, Nasdaq 100, we're looking forward to hold this particular pivot here, and it seems to to use this Monday low, and we're saying that we kind of hold this and bounce it off on Thursday, but now it seems like it's trying to hold this level here at this 36.28. If that can't hold, then most likely you're going to come and see if it can, hold this particular level here somewhere around the 35.92, 35.90, 90 area here. So then finally on the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 actually closed up a bit on Friday. And it seems like you want to get back above this level here, this this 1181.82 level. So we'll see how this thing hold up, because it never even got closed down to this Monday low here, which is somewhere around this 1165 level here. So if it could make itself back above this particular level and take out this engulfing candle high, then we probably could see the market rally up, back to near the all-time high territory here. So this would be an interesting index to watch on the Russell 2000 to see what we'll do in the coming week. And if it break below here, then we probably look at potential support somewhere down at this 1147, 1140, 46 area. So, and then a couple of the stock that a lot of people basically been watching, and one is Twitter. And I said, Twitter, in order for it to come up and fill this gap or even get back up here to this level, I said you have to get up, to reclaim this 57 level. Okay, then they have to come up and take out this gap. And right now you can see that we're looking at a lot of these candle that just these doji that just cannot be closed at near the high of the day. Always close near the open. So that's gonna give you a sign that there's not much of a conviction on Twitter from the buying, from the buyers. So you can see that right now it's kind of drifting down. There doesn't seem to be any support near in this area until we get down to this 50 area, which is the IPO high, and also this particular low here. So we'll be keeping an eye on on Twitter to see when it drift down to this 50 level. Would it be able to find some support and then start bouncing back up, or would it just continue to drift down and possibly retest this level down here near the 42 and possibly even come down and test the the its all-time or IPO post IPO low. So that's something to keep an eye on because I think this thing is trending down right now from all the moving average as well as just on this basically this particular H pattern here we're basically looking at. So you could also put up the Fibonacci retracement, and we could see some of these levels which I have done in the past, and you can see right now it kind of broke through this this 786. And it came up and tested this 618 for a few times, and it just wasn't able to get back above it. And you see the rejection at the 50% point here. So right now it's we need to see could it hold this 50. If it can, then likelihood is come down to this 127, which would be somewhere around the 45 level. So that's something to bear in mind if you are trading Twitter or looking to go long on Twitter. And then on Tesla has been one of those stocks that's sort of if you look underneath it, there's a lot of these same sentiment as those Apple lover. While the Apple was coming down from the $700 level. But the key thing to watch on Tesla is that will it be able to bounce off this support level, or will it come down and fill this gap? If it comes down and fill this gap here, the chances are it probably won't find some support until it maybe get below this 200 level at the 193 area, at this pivot. It might even possibly come down and fill these low gap and get down to somewhere around this 180 area here. Get into this gap fill and come down to somewhere around these, this little bit of a price congestion zone here. So something to keep an eye on. Certainly not saying that Tesla cannot, come down, get a little fake out, and fill half of the gap, and then come back up and just continue to move on. But right now, it certainly seems like it wants some further pullback to reestablish itself. I think if it comes down here and it bounces off of this 192, 193 area, that might present a nice, swing possibility on the long side. At least look for potential setup and trigger for the long side there. But certainly in this area here, it's a little bit tricky to try to establish long unless you're just doing some quick trade here. You see it's kind of broke through this, this particular engulfing candle here that we saw here. Right. So kind of broken down. So we'll see what's gonna happen next week and see if Tesla is gonna come down and fill this gap here. Then the other one is Facebook, and I've been talking about the recent reward on Facebook because of this trend line here. So that would pretty much if it get up here, it would be more of a resistant, and it hasn't gone up there yet. Right now, it's kind of pulling back, and if it failed to hold this level of support here, somewhere around this 66, and I'll be looking for it to retrace back to try to find some support near this trend line here, which is also pretty much filling this gap, this little gap here, but not the entire gap, because the entire gap will take it all the way down and book the the trend line of this price channel. But at least it might come back up to this particular pivot, this breakout level here, somewhere around the 58. So that could be a possibility. So again, just kind of keep an eye on this particular level here. If it could hold this 66 and then bounce and then take out the, come up to this trend line and see could it break through. If it could break through, then we probably get into another parabolic move on Facebook. But again, essentially, I was sort of looking at the possibility of, getting a retracement. I was saying that it probably would be beneficial for Twitter to actually pull back to this 65 level, the 618 retracement. Then it could set it up, and that way, by the time that it could break through to the trend line, it will be up at that 76 level, because I know there were people were looking at this 76 level based on the Fibonacci retracement of a peak here. But now, since it broke through and came back, so now we basically have to go and reposition our Fibonacci retracement 100% point. So we're basically looking at this as a full swing so far, tentatively, and see if it be able to pull back to this 64.5 and bounce up, or get down to this 50% point. See, that's where the 382 is pretty much close to this particular the support of the trend line here. So those are a level that you might want to keep an eye on in the coming week on Facebook, and see can it hold this level, or might want to see if it could come down to somewhere around this 64 level and maybe bounce off of this particular support here. So good luck on your trading next